On my hands, yeah, I'm ready to strike. Shadow on the field, I've been living this life. Lines in my head, every angle's a fight. You miss one shot, man, you're gone from the light. Hear that crack, break it down, feel it shake. Every move you make could be your last mistake.
Welcome to another episode of Off the Rail. Welcome to the new studio. I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's because you don't have to run all the cameras with them.
I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. He is and always will be Mr. Byron Lanham.
What it is, y'all.
Also with him is the man with the word, the bird. Caw-caw. And as you see the handsome gentleman to the far, my left, your right.
Where?
Mr. Jake Mitchell, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys.
Welcome.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm going to get caught up here because we had the girls' show last week. I think we did an episode right before that one.
We did.
The last episode of our old studio. Mr.
did.
Bird wasn't there.
Vacation.
I need to see your absentee slip, sir.
I left it in my truck.
Oh,
yeah. It's not one of those like my dog ate my homework.
Cut. We need you.
I need it. I'm going to need some proof.
Yeah, we're going to need some proof. How did that go?
Dude, it actually went really well. No, we took my son to the lake, and then we took him actually to the Abilene Zoo, where Byron's from. He's not from the zoo; he's just from Abilene.
Yeah. You know,
he's part of the gorilla exhibit. No, we took him to the zoo, and he loved it. He was scared of the giraffe. Like
did they feed you or
yeah.
did you feed them?
I was honestly questioning. Yeah, the lettuce did look pretty good.
I feel like the giraffe would have been intimidated.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
The same size as me.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, so the male giraffe, lives with like 3 females and then has like 3 kids. So he has a kid with each female. And then like once he's like done breeding and then the kids are raised, they move him somewhere else to go breed some more.
So he's Nick Cannon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right on. Good for him. There we go. Hey, good for him.
But like his name is Congo. We got to like learn a lot about him and stuff like that. And my son, he was just terrified of him. Like my son's a year old, almost 2, and he was just scared of him in the moment. And then like after the fact, all he does is say his name. And so, like, I show him pictures of a giraffe. He's like, Congo. And I'm like,
oh, nice.
Why didn't you do that when we were there? You know.
So, what would almost 2 be in months, Bert? If you had to name out the months?
It would be 21 now.
21 months. Okay. All right. Y'all don't know about that, but last week we asked him how old his kid was, and he goes, 20 months. And I'm
Yeah.
oh, all right.
Now he is 21.
We're gonna be that guy. That's cool. All right.
Until they turn 2, you're basically in months.
No, I don't disagree. But I'm just like, I got to the point where I was like, he's a year and a half. He's almost 2. I'm not giving you specifics. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
You gotta hang on to them as long as you can because you blink and then they're in college.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I mean, he's the size of a 4-year-old, so
Yeah.
How old is yours now?
8 months, and she's about to be 9 months this in the 20 on the 22nd.
Brandy, I'm telling you, dude.
she's getting the milestones now. The 9 months, is
Crazy milestone. She's becoming mobile at this point, and I'm scared.
So you have firearms?
Plenty.
Because you're gonna need them because she's gonna grow up. And go.
100%.
we could always pull a Bad Boys 2 situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You know, her first date,
and she
unless it's my son, then you know.
she's gonna be dark haired with blue eyes, which is kind of that's very very rare. So yeah, I'm keeping everything loaded at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna have to beat them off with a cue stick.
100%.
Well, my oldest started walking at 9 months, and he never stopped.
Oh, God.
that was
Yeah.
it. That was the takeoff day, and I chased him.
I think your oldest.
You've been tired ever since.
Your oldest is Josh, right?
yeah.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Today.
Today's his
wow.
birthday. Yeah.
So since we're on the pod, happy birthday, son!
Yeah,
I know I
happy
already
birthday,
told you
Josh.
on the phone, but happy birthday, buddy.
Feliz cumpleaños, man.
See, I keep up with my friends.
Yeah,
Right?
appreciate that.
Yep, that's pretty good. That human calendar over here.
Yeah.
And again, our guest Jake Mitchell. If you haven't, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know who this guy is, first thing, his name is Jake Mitchell. What is your life outside of pole? What do you do?
So I'm in telecom, IT and telecom. I work for a company based out of New York and London. We essentially handle enterprise companies that have global operations. They've got locations everywhere. They've got telecom needs in those locations. What we do is we consolidate all those needs so that they don't have to worry about currency exchange. We purchase circuits. We do everything for them, sell them those circuits, manage those circuits, manage those accounts. And so I've got large companies, large retail companies. I won't say the exact names of them, but very large sports companies, retail companies, just a lot of very known companies across the world that need that help.
It'll keep you busy.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Oh, I'm just kind of I jotted some things down here, so I'm trying to remember because we hadn't done the hot seat question long. I was like, I don't want to.
Who's running the show?
Right. This
You want me
is
to turn my phone on?
No,
too, so you can see the hot seat? Don't say any of that. Okay, we're good. Ruin my segment.
So, what got you into billiards?
Man, honestly, so it's a crazy story. My mom and my dad met at a pool hall, space station off of 28th and Salem here in Lubbock. Back whenever it was there, they met there. That was their first date. Growing up, we always had a pool table in our day room. We lived a very modest life, but we had a pool table everywhere that we went. And so I grew up playing pool in high school. Really took interest in it, and then. I've always I was always the guy that wanted to play a few people at bars and make a little bit of money on, just going out there and sharking a few people. And I thought it was good. Then I started playing BCA, right? Yeah. So at that point, I got on an APA team. My wife and I, she knew a couple people. They were looking for a team. I had never played league before. Got on an APA league. Met a few great players out there. They introduced me to BCA. And from then it was just it was like a rocket ship. I love the sport. I love the just everything around it. I love the community. The community is phenomenal. I think that's probably one of the best things about the 806 kind of pool family is just all the people, all the different personalities that you get to meet, the different folks that really care about the community, and that one has driven me into the sport. But again, I'm a competitive person at heart, and getting to test myself in an area or a venue that I am 100% in control with, and I either fail on my own or I succeed on my own. I just think it's a joy to play.
Right. Well, that's kind of what we're here for. I mean, we wholeheartedly believe 806 is the
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of good players out here.
Absolutely.
And we come together. So you said you mentioned both APA and BCA.
Yeah.
So what leagues are you currently playing in right now?
Both, man. I'm on I believe 5 teams right now. I've got 2 APA 8-ball teams. I've got 1 9-ball APA team, a BCA 8-ball team, and a BCA 9-ball that I participate in. There's a couple of them that I do a little bit more sparingly. I've got a new daughter, right? I've got
right.
She's newborn, and so I kind of sub out on a couple of those other ones. So I'm not as active as I previously was prior to her born, but yeah, man, I try to be as active as I can, as around as in the community as I possibly can, but. Love every aspect of both of the games. I think they both serve their purpose in their own ways.
Right.
So you say you were on 5 different teams.
Yeah.
You're currently on 5 different teams.
Yeah.
Not that active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
before your daughter was born.
Understandably.
Before your daughter was born, were you like?
It was 7 days a week. Yeah, it was 7 days a week.
I was about to say, was there a day that you didn't play?
No, there really wasn't. It was 7 days a week, and if there wasn't an APA or BCA league, it was finding whatever tournament that was across town to try to make a little bit of money in. wasn't very successful, but
you
spent a lot of money.
You and your wife run a tournament page, right?
Yeah.
So because I keep up with that.
Yeah.
So I keep track of all the tournaments through that and stuff. I don't get to play those as much as I want to anymore either, but I've said for years that we needed to do something like that.
Oh,
We just
yeah.
never
Yeah,
did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that came out that came as a need. You know, I've just being in business and whatnot. I always try to find, if there's a need, try to replace that need, and that's going to be your best way to be successful and find some sort of interest. And we started that a while back because I kept on looking at different pages, and nobody had an updated page for all these different tournaments. And I just said, let's just put that in one place. I think I checked today, we've got roughly around 1,000 people that are following that. And the neat thing about that is it's titled 806 Lubbock pool tournaments and events, and that just tells you the amount of engagement that we've got. I mean, 1,000 people that are following that page to see what type of tournaments and events are in town. I think most people, whenever I speak to them about that page in general, or just about pool, folks that aren't involved in the community, they say, I didn't realize that pool was that popular in Lubbock. And it's just like this underground, you know, it's this underground world that once you get involved in, you don't realize how many folks there are really in Lubbock that actually play and are interested in pool.
So for people who don't know about the page, is this for anybody to post tournaments?
Yeah.
Or is this like just for you to like get in contact and you post a tournament?
No, it's a great question. So, one, I would encourage everybody, please post whatever you possibly can in terms of tournaments. If you want, if you're interested in what type of tournaments there are, post. A lot of the community members are engaged in that.
Yeah.
If you've got an idea for a tournament, I think everybody, you know, Center, you've recently put together some amazing tournaments that there really was a need for, right? The lower Fargo type of tournaments that folks don't want to be involved in, or in other tournaments because they just don't want to go and waste their money.
Right. Yeah.
You put together those tournaments, and I think the more feedback that we get in those types of venues and those types of groups that hey, what do you want to see in a tournament? If we can get that feedback and we can get that engagement, that's how you really tell the community, I want to get this type of tournament in place. I think that's a really good outlet to voice your opinion on.
I think your group is way better than mine. I mean, because we made one. It was me and a friend of mine, Manny, that we made one to bring. It was more like in a whole to, you know, tournaments, events, just things. But yours is actually giving like the weekly ones that are regular all the time. Like you get the Friday, like right now, I think. Yeah, looking at the clock, there's the weekly one at King Louis. Everybody gets one. Is going right now as we speak, and then you have some on Sundays.
Absolutely. In fact,
you can say the bars now.
Yeah, no. There at the there's a post that's pinned at the top of the page, and we tell everybody this because we've always got somebody in there that posts and says where are the tournaments. Mm-hmm. If you go to the top of the page, there's a post that's pinned at the very top of the page, and you just go and click pinned post. There's a link there, and it goes to a Google spreadsheet that we update every single week,
right? And
it gives you the location, the date, the time that they start accepting entries, the time that entries close, whether it's Scotch doubles, whether it's 8-ball, 9-ball, whatever it might be, it's all updated. It's a live spreadsheet. So if you've got a tournament that you're hosting that's not on there, please contact us, shoot us a message, and we'll be more than happy to take care of you.
Right on.
Yeah, it's very detailed. Yeah. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. The getting back to you personally, we're probably going to give away too much information, but I want to see here. What's your game like? Are you an aggressive player, defensive player?
100%. I am way too aggressive to a default. It hurts me plenty of times, and then I'm a garbage enough player to play defense poorly. So
accidentally is what I like to
there
say.
we go.
It's
yeah.
like when I accidentally hook someone, I'm like, oh yeah, that was on purpose for sure.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Let's just say I'm not going pro anytime soon.
Before we get into the Q business thing, what is something that about you that most people in the whole community probably don't know?
Probably. So I played on the Olympic Development Program for the United States for Team New Mexico and Team
Nice.
for the Texas ODP. So that soccer in general, that's my sport. That's everything that I love. During this World Cup, it was like a holiday for 2 months this year. Every 4 years, I love it. I did pretty well at that up until I stopped growing, and
Everybody seems to do that.
at some point, I was fantastic, and so anyhow, but yeah, that's probably the biggest thing there. Speaking about my pool game, I ended up doing pretty successful in Vegas. A couple of years ago, won third in the BCA World Championships.
Oh, nice.
That was a fluke somehow. I played probably the best I've ever played, and I played in my buddy, a buddy I won't name him, but he calls it the Saran Wrap division because it was the lowest division, and I got third in that. But yeah,
Hey, you know what I mean? You can call it whatever you want. I got that paycheck, so it don't matter to me.
Well, nonetheless, that was fun, but I'm not too interesting, no doubt.
Oh, well, it sounds different from my point of view. It sounds like you're pretty interesting. Okay, all right, enough for the pool player.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cue guy.
Okay.
Here's your opportunity. You give you a soapbox, stand on it, and preach it.
Okay. Yeah. So, I found it wasn't really a need because I think that there were plenty of capable cue smiths or cue technicians in town. So I won't disparage anybody whatsoever. That I don't.
One of them sitting right
I
here.
don't want to call it a need because I don't think that there was necessarily a need, but I personally didn't have time to take my cue to somebody else. So it was more about a selfish need and a selfish interest that I started this. So I decided to take up just an Amazon kit, one of those replace your own cue kits, and started messing around with that, and I really got interested in it. I was a victim of the midnight death scrolling on TikTok and started watching all the cue videos, the cue building, and all of these things. Yeah,
I was like, I love how we all nodded our heads.
absolutely, yeah. And so I just got really interested in that, and I started doing my own cues, and then I had a couple friends that started asking me, and then I had a few more friends that started asking me, and I said, okay, well, like there's a want at least from some of the people that I know, and then the more and more I got into it, the dream I think is that I want to build my own cue one day. I want to build my own cue line, a Conspira-cue, right? And we can talk about what Conspira-cue and where that came across. But at the end of the day, the desire is that I want to build my own cue one day, and I want to see my logo in a pool hall one day on a cue with somebody shooting. And the only way that I'm going to get there is by mastering the art. And you've got to start very, very simple. And the first part of that are tips and ferrules and joints and doing all these things and learning the art of the lathe and all of these things. And so that's where I'm at right now, right? I wouldn't call me some sort of, cue smith, cue master, anything of that nature. I'm learning, and I'm building a business where I care about everybody's cues as if it were my own, right? I want, anytime that I bring somebody's cue into my environment, it's hey, before it leaves, this is how I wish that somebody would have treated my cue. This is how my cue would look before I'd leave it. And so it really is, it's not money driven. I've got another side job, and I never want it to be a true job, because if it is, then it's just gonna be a job. It's not a hobby.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's taken off. It's done very, very well. I've got a lot of interest in it, and it continues to grow. And at this point, I'm just looking to grow it. Now, as far as where the Conspira-cue and where all that came from, I'm kind of a tinfoil hat man at heart, right? I love a good conspiracy theory. I love the JFK stuff. I love all the Charlie Kirk stuff that's going on right now. All the things conspiracy, I've got a huge interest in, and I thought that theme matched my passion for pool, as well as my passion outside of that. It made sense, and it makes for some great marketing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned it, and it's funny because the question was on here as well. I kind of feel like doing what you do is a lot like tattooing, because it's saying how confident can you be to in a field, to somebody bring you a $2,000 cue, and you're like, they're letting me work on it. I mean, there's a lot of pressure behind that, I'm sure, right? I mean,
Yeah, I practiced on some cheapos. Wow, like the first time somebody brought me a cue, and honestly, and I'm not trying to name drop. I'm just being honest. Okay, at one point, Skylar did bring me his cues
Yeah.
every tip. And when you have somebody like that coming to you,
Absolutely.
you're like, can't mess this one up.
Right.
It doesn't matter what happens, right?
I still-
Especially if it's on like live TV where it just snaps in half and you're like,
oh shit,
I did that.
yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah.
It gets better. The first time I did it, he stood back there and watched me.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
there's some pressure for you.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
He wanted to make sure you're doing it right. Yeah.
like I'll be like, dude, aren't you sponsored? Man, just go get you a new one. You know?
Like, just let me practice on this one.
Like,
But it,
here, sign this one. I'll keep this one.
it
You'll
was,
get another one.
when you get into it like that, and of course, obviously for me, it was part of the business, but I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think that's the biggest part. Is
Yep.
you have to enjoy it, because if you don't, and it feels like a job,
Yep.
you're going to end up hating it, just like you hate everything else that feels like a job.
Absolutely.
Right. So I never really got past the this is fun part, even when there was sometimes pressure on, and I think that kept me interested in wanting to do different stuff with it. I had a couple of people bring me blanks and was like,
Oh,
hey,
wow,
see if you can turn that down into a butt. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Because if I don't, they don't care. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
a scrap piece of wood. So, no big deal. And I think the fact that you're wanting to work up to that and get to the point where you're like, this is my cue.
Yes.
That would be like the most sick feeling I
Yep.
think I would ever have.
Absolutely.
It's that would be really cool.
Yeah, man.
That would
You
be
know,
really
at,
cool.
at the end of the day, it's I always want this to be a hobby. I always want to, again, I go back to the community that this pool community. They really are like family, right?
Yeah.
And so whenever to Center's point, whenever they bring something to me, it truly is like I'm taking their baby,
Right.
and I'm trying to do the best that I possibly can for them. And it's given me the ability to learn the art and progress my skills as we go. And I don't want you to think like I'm still using that Amazon kit. So please, no, if you come to me, I've got actual.
It's now
equipment.
Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
We are on upgrade number 1.
There we go. But at the end of the day, I'm growing, I'm progressing, I am learning in a massive way. I'm devoting. I start at 7:00 in the morning at my other job because I'm on East Coast time. I'm up at 5:00 starting to glue tips, letting them dry.
Right.
At about 4:00, I get done. I spend some time with my daughter until she goes to bed. About 7:00. 7:00, I'm working the lathe all the way until about midnight and doing this. So it's a long day, but it's cool.
Well, 7 o'clock's not going to be bedtime for very long, so take advantage of
Yeah,
that.
no kidding.
If you want a connection, my cousin actually does this.
Okay.
He builds pool cues.
No
He's got
kidding.
his own. Yeah.
Oh man, I would love that.
I showed off one that he had built for me. It's a Texas Tech pool cue.
Okay.
But he lives out in East Texas.
Okay.
But he's trying to like build his brand up, similar to you.
Absolutely.
And if you want any advice or anything, he's basically building his brand up where he can open up his own pool hall.
Okay.
Where he can kind of like Ennis, Texas.
He wants the pool hall / pro shop in the back, right?
Yeah.
where
So
all of
like
his
if
gear
you're
is in
sitting
there.
there
phenomenal.
playing and you shoot and you snap a tip off, you just go and fix it right then and there, and then come
phenomenal.
back and play with it.
Yeah.
So that's what his main goal is to open up another pool hall in East Texas.
Okay.
But he's doing just like the social media stuff right now.
He does really good work.
It's beautiful.
He even
That
built
cue is
a
beautiful cue.
custom matching extension for it.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
It's nice.
Yeah, I'd
with the
love any
extension.
advice that I can get.
Yeah, with the butt extension and my middle extension, because I shoot with the middle extension.
Yeah.
With that,
It's a freaking flagpole.
It's taller than he is.
it's taller than
It's a
me,
freaking flagpole,
yeah.
man.
If you just set it up right there, it's taller than
The giraffes are feeding that keys.
If you want to use it for snooker, no bridge
Yeah,
required.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, it was massive.
I'd love the
but,
connection, no
but
doubt.
high
Yeah.
quality. You know what I mean?
I could show you a picture,
Yeah.
later after this, but yeah, he does an amazing work. And so, I mean, if you want his contact information, he's my blood cousin, it's my father's sister's, oldest son
Okay.
that does it. So, I mean, we've grew up together. We're real close and stuff like that. So,
Well, man, I'm humble enough to know that I'm not the best whatsoever, not even close to it. So anything that I can
Yeah,
possibly
I
get,
live- I
anything
live
that I
lift up-
can
lift
hear,
up them
Yeah.
learn, man, I
and
absolutely.
he's
want
an old
everything.
country boy, so y'all two would get along too.
Absolutely. All right.
This next question I actually like to get both the audiences since you've done it and
All
you're
right.
doing it still, right?
Yeah.
What is something that you've seen a player like the most cringy thing that you've seen a player do to their cue?
Ooh, I can answer that one first.
Go for it.
Be pissed off about the cost of a tip. It's the only piece that actually touches a ball.
Right.
And they're willing to spend a massive amount on an extension, right? Or a butt of a cue or something along those lines. But gripe about maybe $35 for a tip or something along those, right? And that's the only part that actually touches, that makes impact with the ball. And I see that all too often. Somebody wants a $5 tip and they put it on a $1,000 stick. and I personally think that doesn't make sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot to think about deflection, a lot to think about weight, a lot to think about balance. There's a ton to think about that. But if you're putting a $3 tip on a $2,000 cue, you're gonna get some results that you're probably not expecting out of that purchase, right?
Yeah, 100%. That is not incorrect at all. And luckily for me, most of the time when people come to me, they're like, "What do you think?"
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. That's a good start, right? Because first of all, I'm not trying to rob you.
Yeah.
And second of all, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
So whatever I say is honestly my opinion of what will be best for you.
Yeah.
Knowing you, knowing how you shoot, knowing what type of player you are. I pay attention to all that stuff. I've been in the leagues since 2015. So 99% of the players that bring me cues, I've seen them play.
That is a great aspect to know as a cue
Yeah.
maker, though, is like how people shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I've shot with like other people who are better than me and worse than me, and like, you know, holding someone else's pull cue, just like it feels different. The
Yep.
feel is different, and I guess it's, you know, you get used to it and stuff like that. But some pull cues do shoot different than others. And going back to the tip thing, you know, when you were talking about like pet peeves and stuff like that, and when you were saying like, oh, it's the only part that hits a ball, and I'm like, that one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone takes the ball and starts moving the cue ball
Yeah.
with their shaft and like starts tapping it and moving it around. I'm like, I cringe. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like,
For a wood shaft, I can see
For a
that.
wood shaft.
For a carbon fiber, it doesn't matter. right?
Yeah.
You're not going to damage
but
that.
most of the time when I see people do it, it is wood shaft
Yeah.
people, and I'm like, come on, you're gonna mess that cue up.
Now, as far as your question goes, I would say for me, the cringiest thing I've ever seen actually turned out to end up looking really cool. And I'm gonna call you out, CP. He bought a white carbon shaft that was like wood grain patterned on the outside of the shaft, and was trying to slick it up and actually overdid it and started taking the finish off.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
So he did. But now it looks sick, right? So it looks like
weathered?
like that weathered barnyard
Gotcha.
type look. That's how it looks. But when he first started, I looked at him and I go, if you don't fix that, dude, I'm gonna lose it. And he goes, no, I'm gonna fix it tonight. And I'm like, okay, as long as you fix it tonight. And the next time I saw him at league, he comes up and he goes, do you want to see it? And I'm like,
I?
You know that I do, but if it still looks the same,
We're fighting.
yeah. It's on. And he pulled it out, and I was like, "Oh, that's really sick, dude. Okay, it looks really cool."
Was it one of those like you were almost bothered by how good it looked?
Yes, because it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I know what he did to get it to look that way, and that was what bothered me. I think
That's
the most. But now that it's done, I'm like,
Looks nice.
all right, all right. You pulled it off, bro. You pulled it off. But starting out, yeah, I almost lost it. But you know, like at the end of the day, it's his money, right? He can spend it however he wants. He can do whatever he wants to it. But I just went, dude, why CP? And then come to find out, he accidentally knew what he was doing, and I had to admit that.
He tends to do that, though.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He does.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I've got right now. Before we get into the dig a little deeper,
Okay.
Is there anything else you probably want to look into that camera and shout out about your conspiracy? Give them the number, how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah. So just go to Facebook and take a look at Conspira-cues Customs. And,
Is it one word hyphenated? What?
Conspira-cues is one word.
Okay.
So it's like conspiracy, but stop with the spiracy, and insert cues, and then customs after that. If you can't do that, just reach out to me.
Right.
You can reach me at either on Facebook, direct message me. You can call me at 806-224-5851. really anywhere. I believe they're going to flash up my information at the end. Feel free to hit pause.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
get that
Lubbock Pool
information.
tournament page
Yeah,
that he
Lubbock
runs.
tournament
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
Or just honestly go to a couple different tournaments around town, or a couple different APA leagues, and I'll probably be there, and I'll be happy to help you out. But at the end of the day, I'm here to take care of your cues. I'm here to help you out. And honestly, if I can't help you out, I'll tell you that I can't help you out, and I'll send you to somebody that certainly can. But I'm here to do everything that I possibly can to grow this business, to grow this community, to help out everybody, and I'd appreciate your business.
I can tell you, I've had to do that before. I've had to turn people away for certain stuff that I couldn't do, didn't have the materials for, didn't know how to do. And I would much rather say, I'm sorry, I can't do it, than be like, yeah, let me give it a shot. And then I'm like, hey, you didn't really like that cue, did you? 'Cause I jacked it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
100%.
And I know you don't either. And I respect that about you. If I can help you, I will. If I can't, I'll tell you, which is important. You want a little bit of honesty in the people that you deal with, especially when you're giving them your money to do what they do. So.
Exactly.
That's good. That's
Especially with like how much money you've invested into that.
Yep.
For
sure.
You want
Yeah.
it to be taken care of, and that's
Well,
that's
and
a good
and you
quality
put
to
the
have.
same. He's putting the same style of investment behind the equipment to take care of those cues when they come in. So it's a mutual thing. Like everybody's got a little skin in the game, right? Because
Exactly.
he's already put out cash without knowing if it was coming back to get that equipment and get everything up and running. Sometimes you have to buy material that you don't know how long it's going to take you to use, i.e., leather wraps, Irish linen spools, razor blades, materials, all that stuff. None of it's free, right?
Right.
But if you don't have any of it, you can't do anything. So
Well, and if we're honest, pool players, y'all are a bunch of gossipers. So, so this is a word of mouth business, right? And at the end of the day, the bad word is probably going to travel much longer than the good word. I don't want the bad word to get out there whatsoever. So, I'm here to if I've got to turn anybody down specifically, so I don't mess anybody's stuff up. I always want to take care of it. But that said, I'm going to make a mistake at some point, right?
Well, yeah,
I want to make sure and say that I'm always here to take care of whatever mistakes that I do make. If I do make any, I'm here to correct those. It's not a fly-by-night business. I'm here to take care of you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, another perk that comes with having a new studio, and I'm loving it. I'm hoping y'all.
yeah.
Oh, no,
this is awesome.
Another perk is well, as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Byron. This is Byron's segment of the hot seat. We'll have a series of questions. This is the perk, Mr. Daniel.
Hit that hot seat music, Cole.
Hit that. Oh yeah, I love that. There it is.
Well, Jake,
Yep.
it is time, sir, for the hot seat.
Ready for it.
So what we have here is a series of now 17 questions. Believe it or not, we started out with 13
Okay.
at the beginning, and we have slowly over the episodes added additional stuff. Bird came up with a couple.
Yeah, they're
one of the-
mostly about sexual preferences.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason, what size shoe you wear? I
Yeah.
don't know why he
Well,
wants to know that.
I just want to
'cause
see
nobody
if
here
if
wears
have
boat
the record.
size.
If I have the record, we're still going strong on the podcast.
He's pretty solid in his Air Jordan collection. But regardless, so we're gonna start this off here with
LeBron James.
the big old number one question, which is,
You already
do
know.
you have a preference between 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, or some other game that people don't play that you want to talk about?
100%. Favorite game is straight 8.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that is probably the most challenging game out there, just because of the control. But in terms of just the normal games, right? 10-ball is absolutely my favorite.
I love it.
10-ball combines accuracy as well as setups, right? It allows 8-ball. You can always kind of find an option. 9-ball, there's a little bit of luck that's involved in that, right? 10-ball is you've got to be accurate. You got to set yourself up. There's enough balls on the table to make it challenging, as well as you've got to calling your pocket. I think that's that any game where you got to call the pocket. That's where I'm
I
at.
feel like he undersold how lucky you can get in 9-ball. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot.
It is.
I mean,
It absolutely is.
I was watching a compilation video earlier where somebody hit the 4-ball, it kicked into the 9 in the pocket, game over. This is a pro tournament.
Yep.
On the hill, and the guy wins, and the other guy's like, Are you kidding me? Hey, man. You know what?
That's the game.
Welcome to Nine Ball, boys.
Yeah.
All right. I like that, though. Number 2 is a two-parter. Your favorite thing about the game and your biggest pet peeve about the game. We'll start with the favorite.
Yeah. My favorite is probably the community. I'll always lean on that. You know, we've lost some amazing people in the pool community, you know, over the past
Recently,
recently. And you see the way that the community, you see the way that everybody comes together. And you know, you go to a softball league, that doesn't happen at a softball league. You go to a summer basketball league, that doesn't happen. You get this league together, it really truly is like a family. And I don't think that you can speak more about that. That is truly the strength of the community. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
You know, this is your time.
Yeah, it's not his turn.
I was just going to chime in about, you know, you do you, man. This is you. This is your podcast.
Probably my biggest pet peeve is, you know, the folks that ruin the fun experience in the community. You know, I think that those folks that take it too seriously, get too drunk on some of the occasions, cause fights, run out of the tournaments. And you know, I'm huge on that. This is while it's competitive, this is still fun, and it's still a game. And you know, if any of us were good enough to be pro at this and to take it that seriously, then we probably wouldn't have a day job and we wouldn't be working in Lubbock, Texas. So
that would be sweet.
We'd be golfing.
I'd be golfing.
I'd be golfing with Bert on our
I'd be
spare
on the
time.
golf course every day.
Yeah. All right. Do you need to get it out?
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, I was just going to say.
Go ahead, buddy.
When he mentioned, you know, like softball, you know, the softball community here is actually pretty big out there at Burl Hut and stuff like that. And you're like, you know, you don't see those people that come together as much. And I was like, what's funny is like, you know, pool has more alcohol and less fights than softball does.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
100%.
You see those fights. Have you seen the fights during softball games?
Well,
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. In the late '90s, I was a part of a couple of the bench or the dugout clearing.
Yeah.
I was involved in a lot of those.
And those pickup games, you know, like I used to play like pickup basketball.
Wait,
Man,
well,
we
what do you expect? You load a bunch of people up with alcohol and you give them bats.
And then you put them in the sun and get them all pissed off.
But there's more alcohol at a pool hall, you know, because it's like there's a bar there, like you have easy access.
But there's AC, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Follow me here.
Absolutely.
How mad do you get when you're hot on top of everything else?
Yeah,
it's like
true.
this day sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, you give them just a nice cool breeze, and they're like, it's not that bad.
Not that
Yeah.
I mean, unless
I'm
you're
inside, you know.
unless you're
we can do this.
And there's nothing masculine about a man swinging a cue at another guy.
you can try, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, all right, here's the rules. You have to do everything with your non-dominant
There you go.
hand.
All right, I'm moving to question 3. Question 3 is another two-parter. So we are going to start with who is your most admired player of all time, and we're going to put this in the realm of the pro world.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Efren, and only because the amount of tranquility that he has whenever he plays. You know, whenever you watch him. There's only been a couple of times that you got a fist bump out of that guy, or a fist pump, right? I mean, it is almost like he expects to win. Whenever he hit that Z shot,
Like he's won before.
he's done. Whenever he hit that Z shot, you know,
All you got was
yes,
that's it.
that's
Just
it.
a one
And-
little arm throw.
That's right.
Sorry, guys.
Give me my coffee back.
Yeah, exactly. That amount of humbleness, right, or humility is probably what makes him great. You know, he walks into the place and he thinks he's going to win. He probably knows that he's going to win, but he doesn't display that whatsoever. And so he's not an ass. He's not somebody that goes in there and throws it in other people's face. You know, and you've got some of these other folks that are in the Moscone Cup that, you know, that I'm sure you can think of a couple that go out there, rile up the crowd and whatnot, and that's all fun. But I'm never going to put those in the greatest of all time.
But,
Yeah. I think the most played soundbite of all time from Efren Reyes is him saying, "I got lucky."
Yeah,
Like
100%.
so. When a guy that good, that's what he tells people when they ask him how he won the tournament. I mean, that's the epitome of Hey, I
and-
don't.
Right.
And
It's
to
all-
see,
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not that bad.
and still to see him to this day, whenever he gets off the plane in the Philippines and he goes over and goes and plays a side game with just a couple of people over there that are in a bar while he's walking out of the airport or something along
Yeah.
those lines. That's humble, right? And
Yeah.
I think
He'll play chess with fans.
100%.
Have you seen that?
Absolutely.
Oh,
plays chess with
so the
fans.
year I went to the Junior Norris tournament and he was there, which I showed you the picture of
Yeah,
earlier.
absolutely.
So after every match, as soon as he was done, he would go back to this little break room area they had. He had a chessboard set up and he would play people for
That's
$10 a
phenomenal.
game. He
That's
made
great.
more off the chess games than he did from winning
That
the
doesn't
tournament.
surprise me.
Yeah.
What's
That doesn't
amazing,
surprise me at all.
think about how that correlates to his mind whenever he plays chess. He's playing chess on the
Yeah,
on the board.
exactly.
On the board, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think
There's
about
a lot of
that, yeah.
similarities.
Absolutely.
Or he'll put his food down. Right?
Yeah, and with that
and-
picture, I told him I wanted to buy one of the signed pictures that
Yeah.
he had at his booth. He thought I was asking for a picture. He stood up with a plate full of food, set the food down, stood up next to me.
Wow,
So he
that's
could take- so I could
unbelievable.
take a
Oh,
picture.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take a picture too, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, take this.
I'm not going to argue
Yeah.
with you, sir.
So, dude, that was a surreal moment because I wasn't even like trying to bother him. You know what I mean? I was talking to his handler, like, let me get a cue ball because I was putting all this stuff in the store. We had just opened the shop, and I was like, yeah, let me get a cue ball, let me get a picture, and he was like, picture, okay. I was like, I'm not gonna say no, you know,
When
not
you
at
talk
that point.
about, you talk about how humble he is, and like everyone that I've ever actually talked to in the pool community is like, oh, Efren Reyes is the GOAT.
Yeah.
And if you ask Efren Reyes, he'll go, oh no, I'm not the GOAT. I mean, there's so many pool players out there that are better than me. I'm like, bro, no, there's not.
Yeah.
He'll say, he'll,
He puts
Just because of that answer, there's not.
he puts Bustamante above himself.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah,
he'll tell you Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
yeah. He will argue with that guy.
False numbers. Yeah, I'll argue with him. That's
So
fine.
the second part of question 3 is who is your favorite local player? No wrong answers, no hurt feelings.
No hurt feelings.
Man, oh man.
You
That's a great question, and I think that I'll take this one just based on overall potential, and I'd probably say David Batella.
Okay.
And the reason why I like to watch him play is whenever he's on, that dude is smooth, man. He's got such a smooth stroke, and he can be calm, and he's got such great potential, and there's a lot of I don't get me wrong, David, and I hate to say it, there are probably better players out there, right? But whenever he's on, he's just on, and it's just so smooth to watch, and I just get a kick out of watching him play.
Artistry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 4. Who is the player that you have the most difficulty with?
Oh man,
I like
Who
this question. I like-
grinds you out every time y'all play?
You know
what? Can I take a different angle on that?
Sure.
if you don't mind. Yeah.
Sure.
The player that frustrates me the most if he's around is David Van Zandt. And I'm not kidding you because he makes me nervous as hell. And I don't know why. I think it was because whenever I went to Vegas and played, he was there right beside my side or right beside me, and he saw a lot of the potential that I had playing, and so I played really well with him. And now it seems like every time that I play, I've got to live up to that potential, right?
Yeah.
And so every time that I play, he's the only person that whenever I play, and if he's in the same room, right, I feel nervous around. I don't know what that is. I have no idea why. I cannot explain it whatsoever, but I'm always nervous around. So he's probably the one that breaks my chops the most and gets me, the most nerves.
He's a really good pool player.
He's a
so
great
that's-
player,
Yeah.
100%. And I know he's great. I know he sees the shot. I'm trying in my mind, as the naivety that I have, I'm trying in my small brain to figure out what he's thinking. And a lot of times I feel like I'm just overthinking that shot, and I tend to not do as well whenever he's around.
Fair enough. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So who is the player that you always have a blast playing with or against? Either way.
Oh man, Brad Thompson is a great player to play with, and not necessarily because it's a big blast or because it's the most fun, but I think that he's got a coach's mind to him.
Yeah, he does.
And so he's willing to offer up a lot of advice and suggestions in a non-confrontational way, and in a way that he knows what he's talking about,
Right.
and he's willing to offer that up as a almost. I just respect that feedback
Right.
whenever he gives it.
He's super nice and humble.
100%. He really is.
It's funny as he doesn't look like he would be nice in person, and then
He's
you like
ugly,
meet him
man.
and you're
He's
like, "This is like
ugly.
the nicest guy." on the planet.
No, he really
How
is.
can I hate you?
Yeah, he's great.
He comes in and you're like,
This guy's gonna mess some people up.
and then he starts talking. You're like, oh, he's
I'm-
regular. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Bradley."
Awesome. All right, we're gonna get along great.
He's a Cardinals fan.
So with Vegas being the obvious target in the APA, do you have a dream place / tournament that you would like to one day say I played in that?
Puerto Rico, man.
Oh,
yeah.
I so
Yeah,
want to.
and
know
that's
that.
Are they bringing that back?
I'm hoping
Because they didn't do it last year, and everybody was super disappointed about it.
You don't need a passport to get.
Well, this
there,
year
so-
they did away. They did away with Oklahoma. They did it with
Texas
Texas.
State.
Yeah, they did. So yeah, hopefully they do bring it back. But
I think that would just be a blast. I mean, I've played in Vegas, and don't get me wrong, I've been to Vegas a lot, just on personally and whatnot. And Vegas is always going to be a blast whenever you go for any sort of championship tournament. But man, to play some pool out there in Puerto Rico and just hit the beach right after that,
man. Oh, yeah.
I can't. I'm not going to be able to pass that.
See where they mounted the cannons out there.
Yeah.
The French mounted the cannons to protect
No.
it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
out there in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Yeah. No.
I'll tell you, if I go, I'm gonna be part of it. It's gonna be like a Kenny Chestnut or Kenny Chesney scene. Like,
Kenny
Island boy style. Just
yeah,
lay
I
down,
was
lay
my
back.
flip flops.
It was Kenny Chesney and Uncle Cracker.
Uncle
Yeah.
Cracker.
Yeah.
That's
When the sun goes down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Uncle Sinner will be out there.
All right, so this is probably, I think, almost everybody in this panel's favorite question. Locally, using local players only, team of 5, 1 coach, 4 players. Who is your dream team Moscone Cup team?
Oh wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep track of them for you,
Okay,
so you
right.
don't go over.
We kind of came left.
Because somebody went off on like 7 people, and I was like, "That's too many. You can't." You
And
gotta-
we're
Well, I'm
talking
taking
just
them all.
just
no
just
alternates.
Lubbock.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess do I get to pick Skylar in that?
I mean, he does live here.
He is local.
He is local.
He is local.
He is local.
Yeah.
No, nobody's had the balls to do it yet,
I
but
was gonna say, you'd be the first.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got to have him as a coach, right? I mean that would be.
I'm not arguing that at all.
Yeah.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, Jason Alvarez,
Okay.
Pat.
Okay.
I think I'd throw him in there. Man.
I think that might be the first Pat Soto we've had.
Yeah.
Right.
I think. it
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
seen him
so.
today. I love that man.
Yeah, he's good,
He's
dude.
amazing.
I catch him every so
I
often.
think I'd throw Steven Ochoa in there,
Okay.
and primarily because of his, he'd be the glue that kept the team together, right? A little bit of excitement. I'd throw Ice Quintero in there.
Oh, nice.
And there you
Nice.
go.
He'd be the fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's your 5 right there. He would definitely be the fun.
Yeah.
Not gonna argue that.
He'd be the party, man.
That guy. That guy inspires me to have a good time.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kid.
So I was actually talking to him last week. He came up to me and he was like, "I swear I saw you last night." And I was like, "Where?" And he told me where. And I was like, "No, buddy, it wasn't me." And he goes, "Well, who else would it be that looks like you and also bartends?" And I was like, "Pretty sure it was Suede." And he's like, "That's who it was. That's who it was." I was like, "Okay, all right." So we got that mystery solved.
There you go.
Suede has red hair though.
He does, but it's long and it had it pulled back in a ponytail. And he was
Gotcha.
like, "That's how I was wearing mine that day." And he goes, I saw a beard and ponytail, and I was like, "I know that guy." And then he goes, after I started talking to him, I was like,
I don't know this guy.
I don't think this is who I thought it was." Well, he still knew him, but he was like, "I thought it was somebody else at first," and then he come to realize it was somebody different. It cracked me up, dude. I was laughing. It was funny. Okay, number 8, your favorite local female player.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Remember, I said no hurt feelings, ladies.
Ladies. That's for the bank. We'll leave that for the bank on it show.
You can air your grievances there.
My favorite local female, player in this world is my wife.
Very, very smart man.
Don't worry, I said the same thing.
I did too.
Yep. Yep.
I just, at that moment, I heard the blanket get picked off the sofa. You can stay in the bed tonight.
There we go.
You will have a nice cold drink when you get home.
Absolutely.
Okay. If you went pro,
Yep.
what sponsors would be your goal to land? And they don't necessarily have to be billiards related, but like who would you want patches on your uniform from?
Obviously PTs, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Of course, of course, of course.
Another first.
Yeah. I mean,
I think all of them, though. Yeah.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
I'm kidding. You know,
We're going to go work on that right now. You're here in about 40 minutes.
There you
We're
go.
gonna work
yeah, I think it would all be billiards related. I think,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not one, why would you even sponsor something that's billiards related if you're not in the billiards
Coors Light?
world, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Tea.
Twisted Tea.
Yeah.
T's over here.
there you
Big
go.
old Twisted Tea patch on the back of my
Blair picked Tiger Balm, so
Yeah.
she said that's how she got through the tournament when she won the
First place in
APA
Vegas,
World
yeah.
Championships
Oh, yeah.
as a 3. She said without those patches she wouldn't have made it.
No kidding.
So yeah, that was why we said didn't have to be billiards related
Yeah.
because some people have thrown out some other
I
stuff.
gotcha. No,
but you're welcome to whatever you would like.
No, I think what I would want to do would be all local businesses.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool thing to take to a tournament where instead, you know, I mean, patch me up like make me look like a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
With just a bunch of local
I got a
patches. and get
buffalo.
as
I got a
many-
buffalo patch. We'll put
There
a
you go.
buffalo on there.
This sticker is dangerous, but I do love Fig Newtons.
Yeah, truthfully, yeah, it would be local businesses.
What would you do for chop
would
and
be.
slice barbecue?
Yeah, I think that's a great.
Yeah, I like that.
I kind of felt like whenever I did mine, we hadn't moved past the world of billiards yet, so all mine were billiards related.
Right, yeah.
Honestly, I think at this point, if somebody asked me the question again, it would be chopped and sliced. It would be buffalo painting. It would be Conspira-cue. It would be people that I knew, and I knew exactly what that money was for. I knew
Absolutely.
who it was going to.
I think that's great.
I knew what they were going to do with it. Those are the guys I would want to support.
Like pool players in the community who have their own businesses.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
who you would
absolutely.
sponsor.
And there's a
100%.
bunch of
I agree with that.
And that's
Well said.
that's a family thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That goes back to the community you were talking about earlier. Like
Absolutely.
we actually do like helping each other, and I think that matters.
And just a giant 806.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
and the buffalo
Yeah.
making the world be.
Somebody needs to do that. Somebody
One
needs to
wall
make
at a
an
time.
806 emblem with all the pool players' logos into an 806.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be
Yes,
sick.
like
would
all the
be cool.
businesses' logos.
You know what? That sounds like
Yeah.
a project. Challenge
Like a mosaic, yeah.
accepted.
Sounds like a buffalo painting project.
There you go.
All right. Question number 10. What's your advice to a young up and comer in this sport?
Find a mentor. Find somebody that you can talk to about what you're doing, and then also be open to the feedback. You know, I see a lot of folks that come into the league and they have been successful at a local bar or whatever it might be, and they really do think that they've got a great shot. And what I have personally learned is that there's so much more to pool than just making a ball or shooting a straight ball, right? There's an art behind it, and sometimes you have to miss a ball in order to make a ball, right? And sometimes you've got to take a different angle than the obvious angle, and it takes experience and it takes an open mind to accept that feedback. So again, just don't think that you know everything. Go into it and just understand that there are a lot of people, especially if you're young, that have decades of experience over you, and those decades of experience have many situations that you've never seen and you won't see for another 30 years.
Right.
So if you can get that feedback 30 years earlier than they did, you might be a better player in the end.
Good call.
I like that.
Good call. This is one of my favorite questions because everybody's answer is different, but I'm always curious about
love it. I love
What's
it.
in the bag?
Oh man. So I've got a McDermott Q. I've got a DeFi carbon fiber shaft. I just put a Kamui medium tip or Kamui black clear tip on it. In fact, what's funny about it, Eric Cardenas, if you're out there, man, after you beat me severely on last Thursday.
He tends to do that.
He did, man. He took me to the cleaners. So I went home, and I've got a little saw blade on my lathe that I've got on there. And I went home, straight home, walked in the garage, put my cue up there, chopped off my ferrule, and I went to sleep.
This thing sucks.
Sure did. That way, I made sure. I was like, this tip sucks. I just can't do it.
I have to do something.
Yeah,
He
I've gotta
used to
do
be one
something.
of my coaches before
Oh, no
you
kidding.
know I got like to where I'm at now. He
Yeah.
used to be one of my coaches.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's
So I
he's
guess
such
it's
a
safe
great
to
guy.
say that Conspira-Cue put your new tip on for you.
That's true. And I worked on it.
He's not going to hire another company.
Yeah, well,
they're the best one around.
Support local. I mean,
Exactly.
So when you see him next time, just take that tip and yeah, that's yours.
Yeah,
There you go.
here's your souvenir for that boat we've been out to.
Thank you very much.
Sure did.
So what's your break cue?
Break cue is actually a generic cue. It's a player's cue that I bought at the pawn shop. My very first before my very first game. It was pretty heavy cue. It had a 13 millimeter tip on it, and I started using that as my shooting cue right whenever I first started. And obviously graduated, started playing a little bit better and whatnot, and that became just a little bit too thick. And ended up buying a Predator break cue that I just didn't like. I mean, I hated it. I don't think I made anything off of that for 20 breaks or whatnot. So I brought out that old player's cue, and it still had that leather tip on it, and I just started making balls. So I threw a phenolic tip on it, and since then I just love the weight on it. It just feels great, and yeah, it's just a basic cue, man.
So what's your device shaft? Is that a 12.5, 12 millimeter?
It's a 12-2.
12.2?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 12-2.
Nice. Glove or no glove?
No glove.
No glove.
Yeah. Puerto Rico, I'll shoot with the glove though.
You're gonna have to,
Yeah.
unless you want an innumerable amount of splinters
Yeah,
in the
100%.
palm of your hand. Chalk.
No, Masters, man. I don't mind anything but just normal. And I think a lot of that comes from if you were to ask my wife, I can lose anything in this world. Like I will lose whatever you give me. I can lose my keys after I've got them on me. And I started buying the Predator chalk. I started buying some Town chalk, and I started buying just all sorts of stuff. And at the end of the day, like I just lost them all.
Never finished a cube.
Yeah, never finished the cue, and then I
Yeah.
just started grabbing and I started shooting with that, and I feel like I shoot decent with it, but and at the end of the day, I don't feel like my skill level is good enough to completely take advantage of the granules of chalk. I'm still at a point where I am improving on my game, and chalk is just not going to make me a better player. What's going to make me a better player is getting in my mental game in there, focusing, getting out of my head whenever I get frustrated. That's a little bit more important than the chalk at this point.
What is your skill level, if you don't mind me asking?
383 in BCA, and then at 5 in APA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say some of your words back to you though. You're gonna put that 50-cent chalk on a $30 tip.
100%. I agree. You know what? And that's a very valid point. That's a very valid point.
Yeah.
And I guess I've tried them. I just don't know that I've ever been able to recognize the difference. Now, that said, to your point, I stopped using a Predator chalk maybe about a year ago.
Okay.
And so probably, now that I've gained a little bit in terms of ability, maybe it probably is wise that I need to go back and go.
Great white. Excuse me. Great white chalk. Excuse me. Sorry, coffee.
See if you can get maybe a air tag or something to put on
That,
that.
you know what? That probably is a good idea.
Well, the great whites do have the magnets at
They
the bottom.
do. So you could just
See, the problem with that, though, is that I drop them and they wind up stuck to the bottom of some chair, and I
that
can't.
that has happened to me twice.
I was gonna say at billiards on the back of those that you
metal
sit there and
chairs, yeah.
if you pay attention, you say, well, there's one there.
And every once in a while, somebody will walk by and go, "There it is!"
Yeah,
Grab it off the back of the
yep.
chair.
There you go.
Let's see here. Any pre or post game rituals that you perform before every match?
That's a great question.
Or after it.
Music, man. Music is my lifeline. I've got to listen to music. Music can make or break my day, right? It can bring me out of a mood. It can bring me out of a funk. I listen to rock, and anything that's got an amazing guitar riff, just some amazing drums, that just gets me, gets my blood pumping, and that usually gets me hyped up.
I'm a music guy too, so I totally get it.
I said that on our last episode.
Yeah.
Anything that's tuned in drop D and chugging, I'm all
Yeah.
about it, man.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Just gets you going.
Yep.
So, question 13. Other than your team, what other local team is your favorite team to just hang out, kick rails with, just shoot the breeze? Just even if y'all aren't playing each other, y'all still end up hanging out together.
Shout out to the Bad Boys, the Wednesday City
Boys,
League.
yeah.
That's that is a team that is near and dear to my heart. Since I've had my baby, I've had to kind of separate from I got to give up a certain day, right?
Yep.
And that was one of the ones that I ended up just kind of Wednesday had to step. It was like Tuesdays 8-ball, Wednesdays City League 8-ball or 9-ball is on Thursday. That's 3 days away from the family basically all night, so I had to give up and make some space in between there. So unfortunately but every shooter on that team is amazing shooters. They are amazing people. They are they're just great, wonderful dudes. And so shout out Bad Boys.
Bad
Right
boys.
on. Question 14, open or closed bridge?
Open bridge usually. What's awesome about that in the evolution of my game, it was always a closed bridge. That's how I always shot. And recently, probably over the past year and a half, I've really opened up my bridge, specifically on longer shots. And that's given me a little bit more control. And I would probably say now I'm probably more 60 to 70% open and about 30% closed. And usually the closed are up against a rail, something where I need just a little bit more stability. But I think I'm migrating towards open at this point.
That's funny because I actually started out the opposite and ended up
Really?
in the closed bridge. I discovered that I had more control when I closed my bridge because otherwise I had a tendency to just waka, you know what I mean, and just throw that arm around.
That's how I am with closed bridge.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
So y'all are the same.
Yeah.
Where me and a couple other people that we all kind of switched at the same time, and every single one of us went, "Oh, this is way better." But other people are like, "Oh, that sucks. I like this," and I'm like, that's truly a definition of to each his own, right?
Well,
Because-
and I also think it's all about the comfort level.
Yeah.
I find whenever I get uncomfortable, I always revert back to closed. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel more comfortable in a closed bridge, but
yeah, I usually end up open bridge when I'm over a ball or when I'm on the rail.
Yeah.
And I've seen the people that shoot open bridge are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
If they go up against the rail, they close their bridge.
Yeah.
Like whether it's going like this and like bridging across the cue and holding onto the rail or wrapping a finger around something.
That's what I do with my break, and
Yeah.
then the rest of the time it's open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how people swap those two things.
Well, there was Greg that shot with his knuckles.
Yeah. The two middle knuckles.
He would
His-
lay
wow.
his, he
His
would lay
hands were
hand
so
down.
skinny, dude, that when he would do this, there was just like this huge valley between his knuckles. He set the cue right there.
His knuckles looked like
That's
a bridge.
crazy.
That's
They
incredible.
came up to about like right here.
It was
both
the
of
most
them, and he would
unusual
just go-
thing I've ever seen.
wow.
Most unusual.
Well, was he
thing
like
I've
a?
ever
He was
seen.
like a 5 or
Five.
6.
He was a 5.
Yeah, he was a 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I was
Right.
like, "What's wrong with my hands?"
Right.
Like, come on, I
Like
can't.
this.
Do that.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Crazy.
It was weird to watch.
Question 15. What is your favorite song to listen to when you play Mr. Rock Guy?
Oh man. Anything Tool.
Okay.
Man, yeah.
46 and 2.
Him excited.
Yeah.
Danny
Schism,
Carey is a
man.
guy.
You throw on anything Tool, honestly. Yeah. So what's funny is, so my wife, she'll come and watch a few games or whatnot. She sees I'm struggling, and she hits the
Jump on the
tunes.
touch tunes. Yeah.
And I'll
That's a good woman right there.
Yeah, and I hear that just kind of.
Then you just-
all
then you
right,
just
all
see-
right, all right. Yeah,
we go.
there we go.
That's when you know it's getting
Absolutely.
serious. All right. So then, in that same vein, what would be your walk-up song if you had one for pool?
Ooh, man.
It's like a WWE type thing.
Yeah, your
coming out.
entrance
Yeah,
music, so to
entrance
speak,
music,
yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm a Barbie girl.
We're not talking about yours. I'm asking about
Oh,
his.
gotcha.
Yeah, his. Yeah.
Dusk and Darkness. I Didn't Tame My Demon. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's a great song.
I think you just wired center up a little bit.
No.
All you heard was this under the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes it, everyone.
No, that had nothing to do with the answer.
And then our last and final question 17. Who would you like to see in that seat next?
Right here.
Right there.
Yeah,
doing
man.
the same thing you're doing.
Man, I guess from a selfish perspective, I'd love to see Sky here at some point.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that would be amazing just to get his perspective. One
Love that.
on his experience, but also I'm interested to learn more about his up and coming throughout the Lubbock Pool League, right? And his experience. I know that he played on the Bad Boys City League at one point as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, he did.
Right. And so I know there's a lot of people that know him that have an amazing relationship with him. And since he's gotten a little bit more successful, then he's not as involved in that. But I think that his involvement and his story would be an amazing addition to the younger people in the 806 area. That, like, you don't have to be in some of these major areas to be able to be successful. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy was a two-time Moscone Cup coach, right?
Right.
And
MVP.
MVP,
Yeah.
And multi-time appearance, right? In that, so he's got an amazing story to tell, and he's got a story that could inspire a lot of people that are, one, trying to get in the game, but two, a lot of the younger folks that are in these junior leagues that play around at some of these, billiards and whatnot, those Sunday leagues or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I think that he could be a very influential person on the younger age of pool.
That's where he started, was
Yeah.
junior leagues and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Because he's originally from Kentucky.
Absolutely. I think that would be a big addition. I think that would be not only great for the show, but also great for the community as well.
Yeah. The bluegrass badass.
Yeah, there we go.
Duke of Kentucky.
Was that, was that
And he's got the accent to prove it.
Absolutely.
Well,
right,
just
now.
let me know when I need to text him, and I'll text him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go again.
There you go.
When we first started this, that was the thing. I had heard him on one other one. I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of the podcast now. He's not getting a plug from me, but it was real boring, real stoic. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I was telling these because he's already like, I'll get him here.
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to be on our team on that golf tournament.
Okay.
Harper Fest.
That's right, with her.
He was actually going to be our fourth guy, but he had texted me a week before
Okay.
that he had hurt his hand.
Okay.
And I'd rather him heal his
Yeah.
hand because of what he does for a living
Right.
than go out and risk playing golf. He's like,
100%.
man, I hurt my hand. I don't know if I could play. I said, dude, I'll tell you what, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You take care of yourself. So I ended up finding another guy, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Was that the?
That is the last one. We can hit the outro, and you, sir, have survived the hot seat.
There we go. There we go.
There was a lot of first times in that
There
round of
was. He came up with a couple of answers that nobody had ever really
nice.
gone that
That is
direction
right.
on, and I think everybody that sat there has probably thought, "Ooh, Skylar,"
Sky.
but nobody's going to be like
the local player.
Skylar because they're like, if he gets word of it, he's going to go, "Who was that?"
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody, well, at least everybody thinks that. I mean, there's
I do.
obviously
I
there's
do.
there's a couple of us who have dealt with him and know who he is and get along with him okay, but that just because you play pool in Lubbock doesn't necessarily mean that he knows all of us.
Of
right?
course,
So, I
yeah.
mean, and obviously we all know who he is, but you know, you don't want to put him in an awkward spot either.
yeah.
It's like,
Well, and that was kind of funny is we were in Vegas and I was talking to Cherry Pie.
yeah,
We were sitting at the bar there at the hotel, the APA.
Westgate.
Westgate. Yeah, we were sitting at that main circle bar that's right in the lobby.
Yeah, right, you
And
know,
me and him were just sitting there talking, and I had mentioned Skylar's name. I said, "Yeah, no, I talked to Sky 2 days ago, and he said that he was going to be down here for a tournament." And this girl standing behind us was like, "You talked to Skylar?" I said, "Yeah." what's he like? Like she was like fangirling like crazy. I was like, he's just a bro. Like, you know, I get like the celebrity status, you know, like in the pool community, like if he was walking down the street, like the normal person's not going to recognize him. But it's like if he walks in a pool hall, everybody's
Everybody knows,
going to know who he is.
Yeah.
You know, but I always just see him like as just like he's just a friend that I hang out with and golf with on occasions.
Well,
you know?
dude, you should have seen the looks that I got in Vegas for BCA whenever him and Shane were playing against Canada, Team Canada, and they were right there in that corner table. There's like, I don't know, 50 people standing around watching them, like right at the rail of the table. And I was standing there talking to Rocky and just kind of watching the middle of the match. And he made his shot. He comes back over. He goes to sit down in the chair. He looks over and he sees me and he goes, right. And I started laughing and everybody's like, who's he talking to? And they looked at me and I'm like, what? And they're like, do you know him? Yeah. Really? Nope. I'm lying. I just, you know, I just assumed it was me because my hair is so beautiful.
Right.
No, it's funny how the perspective of what kind of relationship you have with someone changes what everybody else thinks. You know
but it also makes you think like how like, you know,
my foot
he is.
I'm good.
he is a friend. Like how blessed we are to have that because like, you know, he's like an idol to a lot of pool people.
Absolutely.
You know, and
for sure.
people like in Vegas, like that aren't around like what we're around all the time. You know, like they don't get to see him like all the time and stuff like that. So when they get to see him like in person, like I've never met Shane Van Boney in person. I'd probably like freak out when I saw him.
I rode the elevator
like,
with him in Vegas.
You know, like I would probably like be like fangirling, you know, like they are. But like when people fangirl over, you know, like a friend of mine, I'm like,
what's the big
just
deal?
Skylar, like,
I'm very proud of myself.
like, you know, he's really short, right?
I'm very. Everybody's really short, you jerk.
Very true.
I'm very proud of myself. Whenever Shane got in the elevator with us at the parking garage to go up to the vehicles, I walked in, I pressed the button for our floor. He walks in, and then he just kind of goes back to the corner, and I'm like, "What floor, Shane?" And he told me. I pressed the button. I didn't say nothing else to him.
There you go.
And when we walked off the elevator, my wife was like, "I can't believe that's all you said." And I was like, "Look, the guy looked like he wasn't really in a mood to talk."
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
He was
poking the
probably
bear.
doing it constantly throughout the
yeah.
thing. So,
But
He probably
I mean,
got in there and breathed.
Yeah,
Just
I just-
deep
just to
breath.
get away from
You know
it.
what?
and that's
And-
how like the Jeanette Lee passing, like when
Yeah.
I just waved at Jeanette, I was like, "Hi, Jeanette," and she was like on her scooter, like just whizzing by people, and she like waved at me. She was like, "Hi, how are you?" I was like, "Oh, good." And then I was with Renee and Matt Valle.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, "Oh, who are
Yeah.
you talking to that you know in Vegas?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just waving at Jeanette Lee." They were like, "That was Jeanette Lee." I said, "Yeah, you know, she seemed like she was on a mission. I just wanted to say hi."
First of all, you know me.
Right.
I know people everywhere, right? I
Right.
mean, that's number one.
Well,
Even when I don't think I do, somebody ends up being like, "Hey, Byron, what are you doing here?"
that was
You know?
the weird thing is
Yeah.
that trip I was at
happens, dude.
I was at a casino like off Fremont and I was playing roulette. We had just finished this was in 2019 when we went for 9-ball.
Shout out Dancing Grandpa on Fremont Street.
Yeah. And I was just sitting there at the roulette table and like I took the winnings from 9-ball and I was like, you know what? I'll just put it all in one color, you know? Like,
Yeah. Why not?
whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm just here, you know,
Having a good
getting
time.
that experience
Yeah.
and everything. And so like I ended up winning and I was like, oh, okay, let's just keep playing. I was sitting there playing and a buddy of mine walked by. He was there for like a bachelor party, but his name was Brian Haney. He used to work for Double T
Yeah,
97.3.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
now he works for the Kansas Jayhawks organization. But he
Boo.
was, yeah, no. Rock chalk. I mean, they can't even like, they have to position their fingers.
He's got one of
on
the best radio voices of all time.
Yeah,
man.
no, he's
He's
great.
fantastic.
And he was walking by and I was like, Brian? And he goes, Brian? What are you-" He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm here for pool. What are you doing here? He's like, I'm here for a bachelor party. Like, it was just weird that like
Crazy.
we ran into each other at a random, I just picked a random casino to go into and like start playing.
And
start
everybody at the
gambling.
roulette table's like, "Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Right.
These
Yeah.
guys are calling each other the same name."
Brian, doctor. For going back to the Sky thing, because I've seen him here a trillion times.
Yeah.
In a lot of the local bars in here and stuff. Never was able to meet him because you talking about fanboy here locally. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I could never get to him. I had to go to Vegas last year.
I saw that post whenever you
Yeah.
did that. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I got one also where
Yeah.
we both
Yeah.
went in because that's when we officially invited him.
Yeah.
But I just like, we're going to get some experience. underneath
Absolutely.
that. But yeah, I had to, my joke is I had to go all the way over there
That's too funny.
to meet him. But I added an added bonus. He got to meet the torpedo,
So my
mullet
stepson,
the mullet.
Dayton, is a big fan of both of those guys. And when he found out they were both at the action booth, he was like, "Oh yeah, let's go over there." And when we walked over there, I was sitting there kind of because that's where I got this actually. This is Skylar and
Yeah,
Billy's
Action.
brand, Action 24/7. And I was sitting there like trying to figure out which one I wanted, and Sky came around from the like back where he was, I guess, getting more stuff to hang up or whatever. And he come around, he was like, "Oh, hey man." And I was like, "Oh, hey Sky." And Dayton looks at me and he goes, "He knows you?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Like I've he's been in my shop. I've redone his cues." He texted me one time and was like, "Please tell me you have 9-foot felt for my table." And I was like, "Buddy, I'm sorry, but I've got 9-foot felt, but it's not Simonis.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you're not going to want it. Yeah, you're not going to want it." And he's like, "All right, never mind. Don't worry about it." But to have the type of relationship that I have, I guess I kind of take it for granted because I'm not a fanboy type person anyway,
Gotcha.
but him specifically, he's just a regular dude.
He
Like,
really is.
There are some pool players out there that are far from regular dudes.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have an
yeah.
opinion of themselves far above what anybody else has of them. And
Jason Shaw.
some of them rightfully so. They've had
Sorry.
a lot of success. They've made a lot of money. They feel like they've earned that for themselves. That's fine. Skylar, I don't think it would matter if he had $1 or 10 million. He's still Skylar.
Yeah.
And he's just a regular dude.
No,
and,
he's a great guy.
And
There's no
I think
doubt
he
about it.
prides himself on that. Like, hey, I didn't let the fame or the, whatever get to my head. Like when he had that moment in the Moscone Cup where he made that shot and he was like, 2 beers. Give me 2 beers. That was one of my favorite things ever.
Before he made the 9 ball,
Yes.
it was like,
I was like, dude, this guy is a freaking legend. Like that people dream of being able to do that. He got to do it. You know what I mean?
oh,
And
when he was like rubbing it in when they were in Europe, and he was like, just let me hear the booze.
yeah.
I
Oh,
want
before
the
he,
booze.
before he did that 2-9 combo
he
or
was
whatever.
sitting there like, I think there's a picture on Google of him like doing this. Like,
Yeah.
My,
And that was to beat Joshua Filler.
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was rubbing it in those fans.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
No, I don't either.
That
Like,
was the same Moscone Cup where they were asking Shane if he was nervous about going against the world number 1, which was Filler at the time. And Shane was like, "Well, I don't know that I'm nervous." And Filler's like, "You should be." And then we ended up beating him. And I was like, "Oh, suck it, Filler." Didn't think about that, buddy. But,
enjoy working on the 4th of July, Filler.
yeah. We'll be having 2 beers.
Yeah.
Right.
But-
my Sky moment was this past February. We were playing, in the tournament or whatever, and the team that we were playing against, they were already giving us trouble. I mean, they were just talking smack and talking about our jerseys, the way they were, and just whatever. And so we're playing in the middle of a match. She turns around, she sees Sky standing behind us, and she's having that, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Sky," And she goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing over here?" He's like, "I'm cheering on my Lubbock team."
Yeah, watching my Lubbock people.
So I was like,
That's awesome, man.
I was like, I'm
That's
proud to say
fantastic.
that the sinners of Lubbock, Texas, got cheered on by Sky. He sat there pretty much the whole match.
Yeah.
So I just looked at her and went, "Burn."
Right, like, yeah, say something. You may not like my jerseys, but you're still playing in
There you
open toe
go.
shoes. I ain't said nothing. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it was amazing because he was even saying something like, "Y'all lucky I don't just take one of his jerseys right now and start playing."
Oh yeah, yeah. She was like, "You want to play for us?" And Diggs was down there, and she's like, "You can play for us." And he goes, "If I play for anybody, I'm playing for these guys over here." And Diggs was like,
The Diggs laugh, the little
"Yeah, that's I call
That
it
would
the
have been-
welder
that
laugh."
would've been
yeah, the
amazing.
welder laugh for sure.
That would have been amazing to see him in the center's jersey shirt that day.
I feel like what's
Holding
his
up
name?
signs.
Right, like
Here in Lubbock, we're better than you, and we know it.
I can't
Chuck
wait to
Norris.
get him. I can't wait to get him. on the
Is that
show.
dodgeball reference?
Yeah,
it is. I love
It
that.
is.
Yes,
It is.
love that.
Globo Gym,
Yes.
man. So I don't want to hit the end of the show without celebrating the return of the NFL.
Yes.
Yes. I watched the Hall of Fame game last night.
Awesome.
You?
By the
I
way.
didn't catch
Great.
it.
No, you missed it?
It was
Catch it.
probably the best Hall of Fame game I've ever seen.
100%. 100% the best Hall of Fame game I've ever witnessed. And I've watched the Cowboys play Hall of Fame games, and I love them. But, dude, those two quarterbacks, Haynes
Gunslingers.
King, right, is a backup quarterback for Carolina now, who was a beast at Georgia Tech. And then Carson Beck, as much as it pains me to say this out loud, played like a
I would have liked to
gangster
have seen
last
that. I didn't catch it, man. It
dude.
He was throwing missiles.
I mean,
Dimes.
I'll have to go back and go watch it. You know, I'll be honest with you. I really don't get excited up until week one. I've been
I'm the same way.
and it's the same thing with baseball. I don't get excited until October, and so I haven't watched it. But to hear that was an amazing game,
it
from
was-
you two
it was
gentlemen,
one of the
I'll go
best
back and go
ones
watch
that
it.
I've ever
100%.
15 completions out of 19 throws. for
Yeah,
really?
188 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And Haynes King won it at the buzzer with a goal line
Okay.
dive.
I'll catch
in,
it.
in typical Haynes King fashion, honestly. But I will say this. Based on what I was expecting from those two quarterbacks, I think it was head and shoulders above what it actually turned out to be.
I think they
Like, it
set
was
the bar
amazing.
for the Hall of Fame game.
Dude.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Solid.
I'm sold.
Right. I didn't see it, but
And
now
I'm
wishing I
selfish,
did.
right? Like, I was watching it for selfish reasons
Yeah.
because I'm looking for sleeper talent. I'm a fantasy football guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's sneaking their way onto a roster right now?
Is Kyler Murray really?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, so I mean, dude. So obviously, Jacoby Brissett's the starter in Arizona this year, and I'm sure he's going to be fine. But if he finds himself messing around too much,
he gets hurt.
bro,
you know,
I don't even think
pretty-
I don't even think he's got to get hurt, dude. I don't. I think if he starts out in the gutter, they're like, hey, you remember that kid from Miami we got that was throwing dimes at the Hall of Fame game? Let's put that guy. in.
Put that
game. Yeah.
So would you? And I don't mean to put us on a tangent here, but with that, would you say, given that this is the first Hall of Fame game that I've heard anybody talk about or discuss in probably my lifetime, right? Would you say that NIL has anything to do with that, with the development or the performance of any of these up and comers over the
No.
past few years?
I don't.
You don't think that it has anything to do?
I don't. So here's the thing. I think if anything, it's keeping those guys in college a little longer.
Okay.
Obviously, in their brain, for the selfish reason of more money at a somewhat less of a risk, right?
Okay.
Because you're not going against elite talent every single week.
So you don't think that translates into somebody coming out more mature?
I do that. I do.
Yep.
I think it aids in their development,
Yep.
but I also think if you're not NFL talent, it doesn't matter if you spend 8 years in college making NIL
fair.
money, you still are not an NFL talent.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you could be the most like the smartest and like most mature
Right.
person to go into the NFL, but like get drafted in the 7th round and then just be a bust, you know.
Or Tom Brady.
well,
Or Tom Brady
or Tony Romo.
or Brock
Right?
Purdy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Brock
absolutely.
Purdy's a phenomenal quarterback. Like I hate to say
Is
it
Tom
because he
Brady
played
sixth
for the
round?
Niners and he played for Oklahoma State. Like, but
Yeah.
Iowa State.
oh yeah, it was Iowa
Yeah.
State,
Yeah.
not Oklahoma State. I was thinking Des Bryant. Yeah,
Did
you
I
got
get
me.
him? Did I get him?
You got me.
Got him.
Was I in the first episode where that happened?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about,
Another
baby.
Everybody gets one, right, Peter?
Yeah, apparently everybody gets one. You got me. You heard it here first.
Yeah, watch his episode because I think it's before we brought him on. We were talking about. You want to talk about statistics,
Like
and somebody
Rain Man.
fucking
Okay.
on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bird is the Rain Man of
I'm
stats.
surprised Byron didn't just close out the episode right there.
We almost
Ladies
did.
and gentlemen.
I thought about it.
We sat here and looked at each other like, yeah, that's
Just
that.
left.
Yeah.
Good night.
Like if this was my mic, I would have dropped
There
it.
you go.
Yeah. And just walked off.
Yeah.
But appreciate you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Everybody needs to be humbled.
I gotta
That's
keep
too
I gotta
funny.
keep my boys honest. You know what I'm saying?
That's too good.
And I'm actually proud that I knew that one. So
Yeah, I love
you
that.
know,
There it is.
Brandon Wheaton is who I was thinking.
Brandon Wheaton
Yeah.
was Oklahoma State. He actually
He
ended up,
was the
It's
grandpa.
too late.
No, it's
too
not too late.
Yes, it's
I
too
can save this.
he
I can
I
save
can come back from this. He
I'll start listing off Oklahoma State players.
oldest quarterback ever drafted. Was
Yeah.
Brandon Wheaton, 28
Yeah.
years old when he was drafted.
He had ball.
Because
He
he
was
went and
balling.
played professional baseball.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he went and played professional
He
baseball
did.
right out of high school.
He actually graced a Cowboys uniform at one
Yep.
point
Wow.
when he was in the highlight of his backup career.
That was
Lost
the highlight of his backup
lost a couple
career.
games for us.
Didn't he play for the Bengals?
Won
as
one or
well?
two. I think so.
Who's
He
it?
sounds like a
Was it Bengals or Browns?
He was drafted by the Browns.
Yeah,
he was
He was drafted by the Browns.
But I think he
But-
was. I think he actually may have backed up
Dalton.
Dalton,
And Dalton ended up playing for the Bengals and the Cowboys as well.
and now he's an Eagle.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The Red Rockets. the
Yeah,
backup.
I was about to say, y'all just look alike, man.
Right.
Well, I can say this. I am thoroughly excited for football
I am
season
too.
this
Yeah.
year.
Oh
There's
yeah.
nothing like it.
100%.
There's really nothing.
I am not, because I think he should have retired. He needs to go away already.
Well, here's the good news.
He's a
You
Steelers
have
fan.
somebody on your team who is more than willing to talk smack about Anthony Fauci, the ESPN scandals, and everything else that he can think of to be controversial,
Shout out
and put it
Conspira-cues.
right on a hey, bro.
There you
I'm
go.
telling you, pled the fifth 131 times. What are you doing, Fauci? I just pissed off half the audience. But the thing is I feel like from a football perspective, I totally understand where you're coming from, but from a earned his right to say what the hell he
Oh,
wants
yeah,
to
no
say.
doubt, no doubt.
Rodgers is that guy.
Yeah,
He's
no
going to be a
doubt.
Hall of
No
Fame.
doubt.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It won't be for the Jets, but he'll be.
No, he will go in as a Packers Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
100%. And he deserves it.
Do
He
you think
deserves
he
every
does
bit of that.
Do you think he does the 1-day contract?
Always.
Oh, dude, that's
Always.
inevitable.
And not I don't think it's not only inevitable. I think I think that would be mandated by
he does like a Favre move.
I think by the ownership, the team ownership being the Packers fan base.
Yeah.
They will mandate that.
They'll
he
be
comes
like,
back.
yeah, pay him whatever he wants to sign that
Absolutely,
contract because he needs
100%.
to have his name at Lambeau Field.
I think that's one of the. I think that's one of the only fan bases in the nation that still has an amount of moral.
That kind- yeah.
And they've also only
type of
had like
commitment.
8 head coaches total.
Yes, 100%.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
only 8 head coaches.
and they've never had to deal with Jerry Jones.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Yeah.
that's the
Yep.
key. They
Well,
just have to deal with their fans.
Well, on our winding down minutes here, let's give you an opportunity again. Conspiracy cues.
This camera, that camera,
All of
go.
them.
Yeah. So I won't say too much. I just that if you need your queue taken care of, come see me. Come talk to me. I'd love to take care of it. But I do want to take at least just a couple seconds to say thank you to you gentlemen.
Thank you.
I appreciate not only the exposure, but I appreciate the time and the discussions and just the talk. Y'all are all three of you are very well respected within the community.
Thank you.
I appreciate all of you all for the same reasons. You and I share a golf bag.
Yeah, we do. We have the same golf
We
bag.
got the exact same
That's
golf bag,
adorable.
which
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
cute.
That's cool.
But yeah,
It's like a twin situation.
Danny DeVito.
yes, absolutely, man. But I really do. I appreciate it. This has been an absolute blast. I think this is well needed for this game, for this sport. As far as the Conspiracues, if you need something, give me a shout. I'd love to at least take a look at it, see what I can do. I can promise you that I'm going to take care of that cue like as if it were my own. I'll make some suggestions. Believe it or not, although my game is not maybe as good as yours, seeing the different brands, the different cues, the different type of equipment that comes across, it really does give you a different perspective on what can fit a different type of game. And whenever you work with a different leather, you work with the different types of tips and whatnot, I really can offer at least some assistance with how you might be able to improve your game. And I'd at least love to give you a little bit of feedback. At worst, I'd love to take care of your baby.
I want to end this with something new that we hadn't done before, starting with Mr. Bird. Give a shout out to one of the local pool teams. Looking at camera there and
I
give
want
a
to
shout
give
out.
a shout out to Tony Butts and her team. She definitely grinds and grinds and grinds with her team, and she has fun doing it. So shout out to Tony Butts and her team.
Awesome.
I'm going to shout out the dry tips from Billiards who are in Vegas right now. Preston, Rocky, Kozo, the whole group. Those guys played like champions. Most of them are in the 2 to 3 to 4 range and still won their bracket to go to Vegas. We're super proud of you guys, and we hope you take it a long way.
Excellent. Oh, if I'm shouting out to anybody, it's the Moneyball team. Everybody knows. Everybody knows who they are on that team. We've got an 8-ball and 9-ball team that we're trying to put together something for Vegas. So hopefully everybody on that team can show up, do well, and we'll see everybody in Vegas.
Awesome. For me, it would be the KC Freaks, my cousin Rod Campos. Y'all guys doing some crazy things out there. Keep it going. Again, thank you, Jake.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
First official
Yeah.
guest here at our new home right here.
And don't forget, we're listener supported. So if you watch this and you liked it, tell your boys.
Tell everybody.
Or your girls.
subscribe.
everybody.
Smash it. Smash that button, y'all.
Right? Tune in next week when Bird says.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I
Thank
expected.
you, Lubbock. Thank Jake. Thank you, my boys right here. We are off the rail. We are here because we're not all there. Thank you.
Later.